gosh, it's been a long time. I told you I was going to make a video last week and I didn't. So it has been so overwhelming. Okay, let me just start from the first day of school, I guess. So med-surg, okay, let's see. Med-surg. Med-surg is not, it's not like foundations. It is more in depth. There's more A&P. There's Patho in it. Even though I have Patho as a separate class, there's also Patho in med-surg. I like my professor. I think she's great. I think she's funny. And I like her stories, and she does a good job with the lecture. She stays on topic and everything. My approach this semester, I figured out my approach needs to be always reading ahead. I've been reading ahead for the past 3 weeks, and that's what's really been working for me. So I told you guys that I went and bought my books in my last video. I went and bought my books as soon as I saw my syllabus, because when I looked at the syllabus for each class, I got really scared and nervous, so I just went and bought my books. And from that day, I started reading. And since I started reading a week ahead, I've been a week ahead this whole time. So I find that during med-surg, and I didn't do this for foundations. For foundations, I was going in for the lecture, and then from that's the lecture that I took notes about, and then for that whole week after, I would study everything that the lecture that I just saw was on. Now I'm doing the reverse, and I'm reading ahead. So what I'm doing is I'm taking notes as I read, because I can't just read. I can't read and retain at all. So I'm taking notes as I read, like really nice, organized notes. Look, topics and bullet points. Taking notes, outlining the material as I read it. And then going into the class. So I have this one notebook. Like, this is my Patho. I have a notebook for each class, just like I did in my last video. So if you watch my study video from last semester, it's pretty much the same. I have one notebook, and I have a folder. I wasn't going to do a folder with the little claspy thingies again, but of course I ended up going back to my habit, because that's what I am, a creature of habit. So I get these folders with the claspy thingies in them, and my friend actually bought these for me. And I just take all the PowerPoints and put them in there. So I read ahead, write my organized notes while I'm reading, so that I don't get, like confused or sleepy or whatever. Then after that, I go to class with the PowerPoints, take notes with the PowerPoints, and I've recorded my teachers the past 2 classes. Then I come home and I kind of compare and contrast the 2 things. So I'm a little on top of the reading. Like, I'm on top of the reading, but it's just so much to read that I'm not finished yet. So my first test for Patho is this Thursday coming up. Today is Thursday, so it's next Thursday. It's going to be on fluid and electrolyte imbalance. Luckily, my Patho teacher and my med-surg teacher are on the same page the whole semester. So everything we learn in med-surg, it's the same subjects in Patho. The other Patho class, it's not like that. They're on different things. So I'm really thankful that my Patho teacher, is coordinating with med-surg. She teaches a med-surg section as well, so I think that's why. She knows what the med-surg teachers are doing, so she is doing the same thing in Patho. So I'm very thankful for that. So in both classes, we're doing fluid and electrolyte imbalance, acid-base imbalance, kidney and renal function, and in Patho, all the disorders of kidney and renal function. The Patho book is really complex. Because it's not just geared towards nurses, it's geared towards anybody taking pathophysiology. So the wording is pretty complex. I keep having to look up words. So I got pathophysiology made incredibly easy. Highly, highly suggest this book. A girl on YouTube, I don't remember which one it was, said that this book was her lifesaver. It's really good. So what I'm doing is reading and taking notes, and then I will go in the Pathophysiology Made Easy and then read the same subject that I just read, because it's in layman's terms, so it really helps me out. So Today I found out in my Patho class, because our test is Thursday, I found out that my teacher said since the book is so complex, her PowerPoints are like the outline. So all she wants us to do is use her PowerPoints as an outline, expand on the things in her PowerPoints, and that's what will be tested on. And that was like the biggest relief for me, because I had to read chapters 11, 12, 13. Wait, no, that's a different class. I had to read chapters 8. I think it's 8. And, well, 8 was the fluid electrolyte imbalance and acid-base amount. So chapter 8, and then 24, 25, 26, 25, 26, 27, 28. Yeah. So chapter 8 wasn't that bad, but 25, 26, 27, 28 are like brutal to get through. That's the whole renal function, kidneys and everything. Brutal. I mean, I'm reading it and I'm trying so hard. I'm trying so hard to be positive and like trying so hard to stay on task, and it's like brutal reading. So when she said that today, I swear I heard angels sing in my ear. It was the best news I've gotten. So I'm just gonna, from now on, I'm only gonna read the parts of the book that are in her PowerPoints, and I'm praying, because you know how teachers can be. I'm praying that this woman is telling me the truth, that I don't sit for this test and there's some stuff on there that I didn't even look over because she said to only focus on her PowerPoint material. I'm praying. So we'll see how the first test goes. The first test is always the most nerve-wracking. We all know this. We don't know what to expect. We don't know how the teacher's going to ask the questions. I did ask her, is it going to be more situational questions, or is it going to be like, NCLEX style situational questions, or since it's pathophysiology, is it just like boom, 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 facts and to the point? She said it's a mix of both. So that's fine. So that's coming up. A little nervous about that, but not too bad. I'm pretty on top of it, like I said. Med-Surg, I have 2 more chapters to read, and my test for that is the following Tuesday. Not this Tuesday coming up, but the following. So I'm pretty on top of that too. My psychosocial class is like I told you guys before, my teacher, she's like super hippie. I love her. She's really chill and relaxed. She had to do something came up, so she canceled class for this morning. And in her email, she wrote, I'm going to send the links to videos for you guys to watch while we're not in class. But if you feel like doing some yoga and meditation, you could go ahead and do that too. So I thought that was really, really cute and sweet. And let's see, what else is going on? I did a meal prep again. I've been meal prepping, and it's saving me a lot of money, and it's really helping me. I'm not hungry all the time. I'm eating healthier food, and I'm saving a lot of money. So it's really been helpful. My husband has food when I'm not here. He's not complaining that there's never anything to eat. So it's been really good. I'm highly suggesting you guys do a meal prep. As I said before, you can go on YouTube and look up meal prep recipe ideas, how to meal prep. And I mean, 5 bazillion. I mean, people have YouTube channels that are just meal prep channels. Millions of videos come up for it. Okay, so I talked about Patho. Talked about Patho Made Easy. I talked about Med-Surg. Talked about how I'm preparing for class. What else? That's really it. That's really everything going on. Oh, so this is kind of a personal side note, but it's also adding a little bit of stress for me, and I might need some advice. So if you know anything about this, if you live in the New York tri-state area and you can comment on this, please comment below and let me know. So I'm still bartending, but long story short, I have to leave my job. Really long story, not going into it, but nothing horrible or anything, but I have to leave my job. The hard thing about bartending is that as a bartender, when you're looking for jobs, everyone wants open availability. They don't want to deal with scheduling conflicts, a lot of bars and restaurants. So I'm only available to work. I'm available to work Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. But I don't want to be in class Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and work Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So I'm only letting myself work 2 days a week, 3 if I absolutely have to. So I have been applying for all these jobs, but no one wants to hire me for 2 days a week, especially because I want to work Friday and Saturday or Saturday and Sunday, which in the restaurant world are the busiest days. And they don't want to hire a new person to come in and work the busiest days of the week like you kind of have to prove yourself. You have to work like a shit shift once a week, and then you work one of the busy shifts or something like that, or two of the busy shifts and one crappy shift. Anyway, so I'm having a really hard time finding a job. So I thought to myself, all right, me and my husband are in a good financial place. Maybe it's time for me to transition out of the bar business. I've been in it for 10 years. And no, it's not very conducive with school. The only benefit to the bar business is the money. That's it. The schedule sucks because I'm up and I don't get home until 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning sometimes. And I'm really tired all the time because my schedule, half the week I'm up all night. The other half of the week I get up early for school. So the schedule sucks. And that's really it. My sleep sucks. And I'm dealing with drunk people constantly, and people are fighting, and it's just like you kind of deal with like the worst of society. Not that people who go out to bars are the worst of society, but when you're dealing with the bar business for as long as I have, you just see a lot of crap, and it's not always the most positive environment. So I was like, all right, maybe it's time for me to transition out of the bar business and go into like CNA or a PCT position. So I researched. Obviously, I found out that CNAs in New York City, you need either a certificate or you need to be in a BSN program with 2 years of clinicals. 2 semesters of clinicals. I'm in my second semester of clinical. So I started applying for nurses' aide jobs anyway, because why not? Like, hospitals are huge places. It takes a while for the HR people to get the resume, to look it over, blah, blah, blah. So I figured I'll start now. I know for PCT, what I've read is a lot of places want you to have phlebotomy and ECG training and to be certified, which I'm not, obviously. So I'm having a hard time because I really want to get into a position in the medical field. I'm applying everywhere. I want to know like the rules and the laws and how it works. Like, I've read so much mixed information. So if any of you guys have any information specifically about New York City, because every state varies and they vary in their requirements, but if you know anything about New York City and getting in to a hospital, I don't really want to work at, I'm not trying to be picky or anything, but my plan is work at a hospital so that when you graduate, you will have a foot in the door and you'll get a job. So I'm not trying to work in like a clinic or I will if I have to, but I'm not trying to right now work in a clinic or a nursing home or something. I really want to get in with a hospital. So if you guys have any information about that and you could help me or any advice or anything at all, please let me know, because I'm trying to get my foot in the door somewhere, and I think it's just time for me to transition into the medical field. And plus, I really want to learn more than my weekly clinical. My mom was a patient care tech in an ER during her junior and senior year of nursing school. And she learned way more doing that than she did in school. And it helped her so much. And then as soon as she graduated, got past her NCLEX, got her RN, she worked in that ER as a nurse at University of Maryland. And she had a job waiting for her. So I'm trying to follow in her footsteps, because that's how it was. She didn't have to wait months and months and months after her NCLEX to get a job. Anyway, if you guys can help me, please comment below. Otherwise, I guess I'll just keep researching. But I hope you guys are having a good week. It's pretty intense. The schedule's not as intense, but the content is more intense. It's a lot of brain power when you're studying. My clinicals have been going well. I had 2. And I'll make a separate video to talk about those. Maybe in next week. We didn't really do much the first week. The second week we were dealing with a lot of stuff with Epic, the computer program that they use. We were dealing with a lot of, bull crap with that. So next week, hopefully, we do a little bit more, and then I'll make a video next week. I'll try to remember to make a video and talk about my clinical experience thus far. But this semester is moving pretty fast. I'm already a month in almost. So it's pretty crazy. But I hope you guys are having a good semester. Comment below. Let me know what you want to know. And I will talk to you guys soon. All right. Bye.